I went with something a little bit different. I wanted to go with scenes of cinematography. And I thought that would be a fun one to hear from a great cinematographer himself and what his choices will be. And Paul. So I figure we kick it off a little bit. What we do here is we all go around, do our fives, do our fours, do our threes. So if you would kick us off, Jordan, what is your number 5 in cinematography?
By they are in this order, not better or worse. Let's start with let's go with The Lighthouse. That's I think one of the movies I think is one of the best movies. And I think the cinematography is really interesting. Obviously, it's Robert Eggers who made Jaron Blask is the cinematographer, also shot The Witch with Eggers, so working times. But yeah, The Lighthouse is great. I think it's the aspect ratio is obviously a great choice to go 4:3, square kind of aspect ratio instead of going cinematic wide. But also just the choices of lenses and the lighting and the look of it, the fact that you could put it next to something shot in the 40, you couldn't tell if you didn't know who the actors were, which one was shot now and which one was shot then. I just think it's a beautiful.
Yeah, Eggers, his whole team, everything they do is just fantastic. But I see with The Lighthouse what you're saying too, because it did have a very claustrophobic feel the entire time.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you could pick any of the Eggers movies and they could all have a spot on this list. Nosferatu is so beautiful. I think The Northman is actually maybe my favorite Eggers movie because every shot in the North. But I don't know. I just went with The Lighthouse. Kind of wacky Eggers.
There's no argument here from me. I think that's a great choice. Paul, what's your number 5?
I don't even want to say it now. So my number 5 is 2001: Space Odyssey. I went with the light speed scene.
Heck yeah!
With the practical effects, I just think that's absolutely stunning.
I thought about putting that movie on my. That one definitely was the rates.
You know what? I'll talk to you about it after. But Escape from New York, keep that in mind because I do want to ask you a question. But on my number 5, I went with The Searchers, the final scene with Ethan, played by John Wayne. It was Winston Seahawk, who was a longtime collaborator with John Ford. But it's just that scene. I picked these movies based on how they made me feel when I see them, and just the framing, what it meant, how deep it was. It floors me every time.
Yeah, The Searchers is iconic. Yeah. What a great
number 4. What you got from number 4?
I'm gonna ride that wave you just started with this kind of West. No Country for Old Men. Coen Brothers movie. Roger Deakins shot it. He's probably my favorite cinematographers ever shoot a damn movie. And there's something about this movie that's just so dark. It's a brooding, dark, bleak movie already. The cinematography is so pretty but so dark and shadowy. There's something about the way Deakins shoots stuff where he never overlight. He's really there's always shadows kind of overtaking the amount of light on camera, especially in this movie. And every time it's kind of on one of those live Amazon channels, I see it and it's just damn, now I'm sitting here for 2 hours watching this whole movie.
Total remote dropper for sure.
Yeah. It's so intense too because there's no music, so just everything the movie has to operate on really high levels because it's missing a gigantic fact of what we're expecting out of it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's such a great pick. Oh, I love that freaking movie. And Deakins was somebody who is on my list. He's my favorite as well.
He's the best.
And just thinking about which one of his movies or scenes would be in this. There is one, but I had to go by pure feeling.
Yeah.
Because I was I can't just pick every movie he does.
I know, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Deakins too. If you ever get a chance, Team Deakins, his podcast is amazing. He does it with his wife, and he's just so cool. And Paul, you were talking about sharing info on set, which I do love. Deakins is so generous to podcast and share all this wealth of information. And hearing him talk, he's also just so chill about things. And I think that there's a level of not overthinking and going from the gut Deakins does that
I'm so glad you told me that because I watched his and his wife's Criterion Closet episode and listening to them talk. I was I could listen to them talk for hours. Now I get to.
Yeah. And there's 100+ episodes.
Paul, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be from The Prestige, and it's the Field of Light scene when he's going out there to check the light bulbs.
The Tesla, right? And David Bowie plays Tesla.
Oh my God, yeah. That movie was just, I don't know, just the dark tones of it and just how they did the shots. It was such a beautiful
Yeah,
film,
good-
especially
good
that
pick.
scene always sticks out.
For my number 4, I went with All the President's Men. Gordon Willis did the cinematography for it, but it's in particular, it's the 4 more years scene when Nixon just won and he's celebrating, and it's playing on the TV, and they're all chanting 4 more years, and you see Bob Woodward, played by Robert Redford, rest in peace, in the background, and like, you know, in the foreground is the TV, and we're watching that, and we're seeing him like unrelentlessly trying to work and try and uncover all of Watergate to take down the man who's getting 4 more years and being cheered on by everybody. There's just something about that. Pakula, who directed the movie, he just knew what he wanted. He knew how he wanted to, and he knew how to frame a shot. So that's one that just always like sticks in my head, especially I think more so. So it was definitely I think everybody should. Number 3, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm still considering which. I got like a backup list. I'm considering what's gonna make it because I'm realizing there's like multiple Roger Deakins movies on here. But anyway, I'm gonna go with not a Deakins movie here. Paris, Texas. It's a movie from 1984, and this is like a really random movie to pull sometimes because not a lot have seen it, I don't think. But it's beautifully shot. Robert Mueller shot the movie. He's a great cinematographer. He shot like Blue Velvet, stuff like that. But it's this desert movie. It's a very quiet movie. It's a drama, mostly about fatherhood. It's this guy who barely, all this desert stuff. They're just beautiful on its own. But what really makes the movie stick out in my mind are all these scenes that happen at gas stations in the desert in these scenes, because there's something that, and actually Deakins explains this better in one of his podcasts, but there's something they did with the film stock that they used and the chemicals they used to like process the film, in which the fluorescent lights gas stations turned into this like UFO teal kind of color. So there's all these like night scenes at like the end of dusk, twilight, in the desert with these like UFO green gas stations that are just like breathtaking looking. Every one of those scenes I could just like watch the whole movie of
I love
that movie for those.
I would never even thought of Paris, Texas, and yeah, you're right. It's such a beautiful shot film.
Really, really pretty. And it's Harry Dean Stanton too in the lead role.
Phenomenal.
Treasure.
Oh yeah. I was just talking about him this past Saturday because we were reviewing Pretty in Pink, and I was like, that's an actor who I like. His caliber of acting in that movie shocks me. Not that he shouldn't take it or anything.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
putting it down, but I'm just saying, like, you watch like an Andrew McCarthy or John Cryer, and you're like, but Harry Dean Stanton's giving a performance here that's like blowing everybody away, and it's like it just did not feel. He definitely blessed John with his performance on that one.
Anything he was in.
Oh yeah,
even if he was doing very little,
he could do a lot with a little.
Yeah.
So all right, what you got for me, Paul? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is the first time I felt awkward watching a movie, and that's when they do the close up for
Barbed Wire.
I almost said Bateman. No, Psycho. When he's peeping on her undressing out of the room. That's the first close-up shot scene that I ever was like, I feel dirty watching do this. And to me, that's just one of those shots where I'll never forget how it looks or how I felt the first time I watched it.
That's such a great scene, and Hitchcock was
Yeah.
genius.
It's my favorite Hitchcock movie.
I think Rope edges it out for me, and maybe Rear Window, but that's just
Rear
personal.
Window, man.
I like Rear Window because it feels like a play.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm a theater kid, so like I always love that vibe. With my number 3, I went with Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers battle, Helm's Deep.
Oh yeah.
That the night, the blues they're using, plays off the stone so perfectly. Like everything about that scene, just you feel immersed in it. Watch, it's just crazy. And the performance, truly fantastic. All right, what is
Nice.
so good? And that was Andrew Lesney who did that, and he did all of them, and he did the Hobbit movies.
Did he shoot all the Lord of the Rings movies, or just that one?
All 3 Lord of the Rings.
All three Lord of the Rings. Okay.
And all three of the Hobbit. He also did King Kong. He did a lot of Peter Jackson.
King Kong's great. There should not have been 3 Hobbit by.
No. That should have been 1, maybe 2.
They get to the end of the second movie and there's like 10 pages, and they're like, we can do this, but we'll stretch this out.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. What's your number 2?
Oh man, I'm still like debate. I have like a list of 4 more that I'm like debating what to. I'm just gonna throw out. I'm gonna save my number 5, but I'm gonna go really random with this one. Actually, Mandy. It's a Panos Cosmatos movie. It's shot by Benjamin Loeb. Super wild, psychedelic, hyper-violent Nicolas Cage movie. That's like part like really art house movie and then part like just like trashy mute mayhem movie. And it's just visually it's astounding. It's one of my favorite. Bathed in like non-motivated color all the time, and I'm just so
Love it.
love
I think that might have been my favorite favorite movie of 2018. It was just so good.
Oh, me too. I was playing with a band at the time, and we were in LA, just finished a tour, and we were like chilling, and that movie had just opened, and like we knew nothing about it. We were like, let's go see this movie because we got nothing to do for the first time. And we go see Mandy, and like zero frame of reference with this movie. It's like one of the best theatrical.
I love them, man.
Yeah.
What's your number 2, Paul?
My number 2, it's going to be kind of the scene right behind me. It's going to be Nope. It's going to be the night shots they were able to do with, because God bless, man.
I'm so glad you said that, because that was one of the ones that I was debating if it's gonna make my list or not. Is Hoytema's cinematography for that? Thank you. Now I don't have to feel regretful for not saying that movie.
That's a great choice, though.
It is, because like even when I saw the trailers for Nope, and it was like a wide western night shot where you can see like a mile in distance, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like, yeah, it's great. What a crazy movie. I can't believe they didn't even win like best cinematography that year. I'm not like a big Oscars person, to be honest with you, but like it's still like amazing to me that they invented a new technique for shooting movies, blending like film infrared to shoot those night shots. Academy Award.
I know
the dude way to shoot. Give him anything.
They did fantastic. That movie was great, but horror never gets respect.
It's true. Yeah, that's fact.
My number 2, actually, Roger Deakins is the one I went with, and I think this is the one that kind of woke me up to him. You know, and who I know I had seen a lot of his movies before, but then after that, I was like, I need to make sure I see Roger Deakins, and that is Skyfall.
Oh,
the fight scene with the sniper,
cool.
The colors, just the night, how everything is reflecting off of the windows, but just it on purpose in just a beautiful way. And then like in the background, they're fighting in the foreground. In the background, you have this dinner going on. Everything about it's just and Deakins just nailed it.
I forgot that he shot that. I'm gonna slip my other ones in by piggybacking your guys' things all the time, because the other Deakins one that I'm not, Blade Runner 2049. I think the color, like what he does with colors, and that is like really astounding. Versus like the very first scene, which is like all this like saturated gray. Man, Deakins.
He is, yeah, he did that. Almost made. There's a lot of his movies that almost made my list, but I wanted to go with the one that really like woke me up to him.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Skyfall, still the best James Bond, but. We're on to our final number 1. What do you got? What's your number 1?
All right, I had to save this one because it's like one of my all-time favorite shot movies. And you just said horror gets no respect. Straight up horror. 1974 original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Daniel Pearl was the cinematographer. They shot it on like no budget 16 millimeter camera. But I still think it's one of the most beautiful horror movies of the 70s. Like it's all this magic hour. Like you feel the heat of the day in that whole movie. It's like really aggressive. You get these insane macro shots where you like see the veins inside the girl's eyeball. Like really well shot movie, especially for the butt. I still like look to scenes, and I feel like I learned something every time I watched that. They brought Daniel Pearl back too to shoot the Texas Chainsaw remake, and he's got an amazing shot in there too. Like he says that in the first one that the shot that made his career is that, if you guys are as familiar as I am with the movie, it's a dolly shot where it goes under the swing and it sort of moves up to the house, right? So that's a famous shot in the first. Second one, he's got like a kind of a more impressive shot after the hitchhiker blows her brains out in the car. The camera goes from inside the car in a tight 5 shot. The camera goes through the gunshot wound, through the head, through the back of the windshield, into a wide shot where the characters come out and frame up a wide 5. So it goes from like in 2 different locations, like from a tight 5 to a wide 5. Crazy. So like I think Daniel Pearl brings a lot of class to like what he does, and which is like important when you're making like a kind of a movie like Texas Chainsaw, which does tote the line between like art house, grindhouse, trashy. Is this artsy? Which I think the cinematography kind of puts it firmly in the art world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think everything about that movie, the tone of it, makes it like more of an art house.
I cannot agree with you more. I'm not even a huge fan of that movie, but the cinematography in it is beautiful. Like, not that I'm not a fan of it. I am a fan of it, but I like the second one, and that's personal. Like, I love the zaniness of the second one.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And it's like a total opposite approach to like everything. Obviously same director, but he was just like, everything's different. Like none of this like really natural light. Like everything's like green and blue, and it's like coming from who knows. But it's
it's a bonkers movie. It's not compared to the first one. Nowhere near. It does not have that gravitas of the first one. But it was
Mosley alone. Chop top, so good.
What about you, Paul? What's your number 1?
Man, it was hard. So I'm gonna give 2 shout outs. So I'm very sorry.
Oh boy.
One just has super deep meaning to me. It's the movie The Fountain, because it already has deep place for me. Beautiful. Yeah. But that car scene where they just panned the camera out just right like that and just upside down. I'll never forget the first time seeing that. I was like, that looks awesome. I want to know how to do that. But the second tie for that, it's actually going to be a horror. It's going to be Hereditary.
Nice.
I love the coloring in every shot they do for that. They do it perfect, just dark enough. And yeah,
I mean, I know I've argued Ari Aster before, but that man knows how to make a movie look good. He does. So I will not argue with you on that one.
even
Need
the
a
movies
writing
I don't
partner.
like of his, I'll never say they weren't good movies. I'll never say they weren't beautifully shot. They absolutely were, even if I didn't necessarily love them.
Oh yeah. No, that. Oh my god,
Yeah.
especially that. I will say, with if you haven't seen it, cinematography wise, if you haven't seen it and you like, I know a lot of people also like The Fall,
Yep.
which is a fantastic.
Makes me cry every time, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, anything with
wrong
good
with that.
cinematography is generally going to make.
God bless, man.
Nothing wrong
The
with
hero
that
is a
at all.
coward. God.
Well, my number one is also another DP Dean Kundi, who had so many choices. I had to go based on feel, and that was the scene I've talked about on the show before. So anybody that listens knows the scene that made me get into filmmaking. It's the Brachiosaurus. First time we see a dinosaur in dress, when they pull up in that Jeep and you just see it. And I realize that's the visual effects, but the entire framing around it and everything in that scene is just drop dead. And every time I watch it, it like pulls. It may not be the best, so.
I thought about Jurassic Park 2 when I was thinking about Cal. I didn't realize that was Dean Cundey. Because he was like John Carpenter a lot. He shot
Yeah.
I know he shot The Thing, which
Halloween.
is a
He
great
was
movie.
The Thing. Yeah, he did pretty much everything. Back to the Future. So he worked with Zemeckis too. I think that's when he started going in with Spielberg a little bit more. But like, yeah, I remember when we did. I was part of Outpost 31. I guess I am, but Outpost 31, which is a group, and we had dinner with Dean.
Wow.
And I was just like, everyone's asking him questions about The Thing. Now, I'm not saying that I don't want to know, but I'm like, how is this the only thing we're asking him about? Look at the man's resume. It's like, I want to ask every question about Back to the Future, Jurassic. Like, I'm just like going down the line. And he just really was just a fantastic guy. Like, you two at a dinner together, that'd be a hell of a talk.
Oh my god, I would love me. He got into all this stuff. Really lucked into it. I mean, not luck, talented, but he was one of the first guys to really early Steadicam operate when that tech kind of hit. So like, that's everything John Carpenter's is like Steadicam stuff's kind of like right of that.
Just fantastic, like one of my favorites. But that scene alone, that's our top.
That's like
five.
A movie magic moment. That's like an awe-inspiring movie. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just oh my god, I was like 11 and I just felt like I was lost. I went home and what did I write, Paul?
Yeah,
Jurassic
What?
Campground.
Yes, you did.
They still want to read it. I'm not letting you do it. But yeah, that's our top 5. Thanks for tuning in.